Last year, hi. Last year, I discovered that I was subject of some gossip that was being circulated by some of my wife's ex-coworkers. It was pretty apparent that they didn't know about rule number 4. Let me just explain that. Last year, my wife passed away after we had dealt with her cancer for 6 years. We'd been together for 44 years at that point. Andy always took great care of me. She looked after me, she took care of me when I was sick, and she felt the need to continue that after she was gone. So she gave me 4 rules to live by after she had passed. Rules 1 through 3 came on pretty early after her diagnosis, but rule number 4, that didn't happen until later on in her illness, and pretty much when we knew that she was towards the end. Rules number 1 through 3 were pretty easy to satisfy. Rule number 1 was stop working so hard. I took advantage of that and retired. So that was taken care of. Rules number 2 and 3 went hand in hand. They were go out and meet new people and have fun. Now, over the past year, I've done that. I've spent a lot of time traveling, and I also found a new love of storytelling. I've been to over 30 storytelling events in the last year, and at some point, I hope to get good at it. Rule number 4, that was interesting. As I mentioned, we knew that Andy didn't have much longer. And one day she came up to me, and I always knew when she wanted to talk about something. She would cuddle up next to me and look me straight in the eye. And I'll remember exactly what she said. She said, "The luckiest day of my life was the day that I met you. And after I'm gone, I want you to find somebody else and make them lucky too." Being the smartass that I am, I responded saying, "Does that mean I'm allowed to get lucky?" She immediately came back to me and said, "That's exactly what I mean, you blockhead." After that, we had a pretty hearty laugh. Then Andy snuggled up close to me and gave me some further direction. She got close to me, whispered in my ear, and said, "Get fucked." So that established rule number 4. Now, I told that part of the story shortly after she passed to a bereavement support group. I got the impression that's really not the type of story that they heard in that group. I looked around the room, and people were mixed emotions. So, some were shocked and surprised. Others looked at me with pure disdain. But I also noticed that there were quite a few men in the room who had jealousy in their faces. After that meeting was over, one of the other members of the group came up to me and said, "Here, I think you may need this," and handed me a free subscription to a dating app. Now, I had not been in the dating scene for 44 years, and I think things have changed a little bit. I did not use that application right away, but eventually I said, "You know something? It's worth a shot." So I put together a profile, signed in online, and sat back, and I had a few people like me. I was really concerned about scams and bots and everything else, and had a few interactions, but it really wasn't doing anything for me. But I've discovered later that that's what started the rumors and the gossip that's happening about me. A little later, my wife's ex-business partner, we were meant to have lunch, and she said, I need to talk to you about something. And all of Andy's coworkers were really concerned that I was not respecting Andy, I was moving on too quickly, and how could I do this to her? So essentially, they didn't know about rule number 4. So Andy's business partner said she would get all that straightened out. But I really don't know if that's the case. I did not stay with online dating for long. It really wasn't for me. I lost the love of my life, and she's still here with me. So I needed a more emotional connection, as long with some physical activity. So rule number 4 has not been completely satisfied. But I'm open to any suggestions. Thank you.